Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vloggy vlog. I say that all the time. I was avoiding the word spontaneous. It's a spontaneous intro because I did film the intro at home. However, my camera has yet again let me down. Although I don't believe it is the camera, I think it's the SD card. And it's Tina's fault for not formatting it regularly enough. Anyways, we move. We've got phones. Hopefully you can still hear me. Why am I taking the camera with me if we don't need it? It is a spontaneous trip out, isn't it?
Actually, today's all
That's a riding coat. What are you doing that on?
I wasn't that cold.
Wait a minute. I'm meant to be taking pictures of you. You're meant to be keeping it clean. What is she like?
I can't help but wear it. That's the problem.
Funnily enough, and I am digressing slightly, shock horror, I always say that coat, as soon as I put it on, it felt like the horsey version of the Fairfax and Favour Charlotte. What's the matter?
I need to find the
Hey on exit.
Yeah,
Technology is not yet operational. Anyways, before I explain a little bit about what we are doing spontaneously today, it's two exciting things. I am going to hand you over to future Tina, who is going to explain a little bit about the kind sponsors of the video, which is HelloFresh. I'm delighted to be collaborating with them again. HelloFresh are a company that I have used for, I think, coming up for 5 years now. 5 or 4, maybe 4. I might have my maths wrong there, but
Well, it's 3 years for us.
it might be 5 for me then. Oh my goodness. I'm actually going to go and check and insert here how many boxes, because the app tells me that, how many boxes we have had during the time that we have been doing HelloFresh. We very rarely skip a week, but we're going to be late. We're going to get to where we're going, aren't we? Shock horror. And I'll see you in a minute to explain what we're up to. Goodness, am I excited for tonight's dinner! All week we have had HelloFresh, as we have done for nearly 4 years now. We have actually had a whopping 170 boxes delivered over the last 4 years. But generally, because we are so manic at work, we generally pick the rapid ones, which take about 20 minutes to cook. But tonight we have gone all out and ordered not only one of our favourites, a classic veggie Alaska soup, 25 to 30 minutes to make, but we've also got a starter too. So we've got bruschetta. We've had this once before, haven't we, Robbo? And it is absolutely delicious. As you can see, I've got all of the ingredients laid out, ready to rock and roll with. All of the instructions here. You do the starter, I do the main, or vice versa. Do you want to flip a coin? Generally in our household, Robbo is the cook. However, with it being Saturday night, we are going to do it leisurely together, aren't we? Which is why we've gone for the 2 courses. Everything gets delivered each week, pre-packaged in its brown paper bag. Everything is individually weighed out, measured to the right quantities, and the recipe cards are super easy to follow. As I said, this one is a classic veggie Alaska soup. We are vegetarians here in this household, or I am. Robbo is 90% of the time. And this veggie Alaska soup is a firm favourite of ours, which is why we're choosing that for our Saturday night meal, along with the yummy mozzarella and roasted tomato bruschetta. Ta-da! And yes, we are having our dinner on the sofa tonight because it's Saturday night. It's like Saturday night takeaway. Is that on Saturday nights anymore? I'm not sure, but this is getting in my belly. Yum scrum, a much healthier, yummier and fresher version of our own takeaway. Delicious. I'm excited to eat it. Oh my goodness, guys, that bruschetta was absolutely divine, and this Laska soup smells equally as delicious. If you are tempted by HelloFresh, then now is the time to give it a try. You can get 60% off your first box, followed by a further 25% off the next 2 whole months using code RAIN60. The link to the website will be in the description box below, and remember to pop in my code for the discount to apply. Thank you very much, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this video. It is a pleasure to work with you as always. Voila! Cheers to HelloFresh. What Emily doesn't know is what I actually do have in store for vlogging today. Oh. But first things first, where are we going?
Shoe shopping.
We're going wedding shoe shopping.
Shoe shopping in my life.
Let alone wedding shoe shopping.
Oh no.
Oh, it's exciting. She said we can have a sneaky peek too, guys. Wow. Just not allowed to show the ones that she goes for. You won't make a decision today anyway, will you?
Yeah, I'm quite keen because I'm going and picking my dress up tomorrow.
Ah, so you're going to be able to take them with you. Oh, good shout. Right, let's see you when we're in there, and then once we've done that, I'm going to...
I can suggest to anybody who's getting married to look for Rainbow Club shoes. That's where we're heading, is to a shop.
To a stockist, yeah.
Ah. They've got 300
Because you wore them as a bridesmaid once, and you know that they're comfy.
I've worn them, the same pair, as a bridesmaid twice, and to my prom, because they were so comfortable.
Oh, there we go. Influencing people that are possibly getting married or brides to be.
Lewis yesterday of that. I said,
she got married?
Yeah, this year.
Ah! Oh yeah, they did recently get engaged. Right, digressing. Shop Cora. Where is the shop?
Isn't this the good life? Sitting on the front porch, sipping on the rocks, citrus in our beverages. Citrus in our beverages, show only the good sides. Always pretty smiles are covering our faces. You know it is all lies. You know it is all lies. On and on it goes, round and round the road.
Hey, we'll come here if we ever go races again, Em. Loads of different hats to choose from. Look, I like this sort of thing. Fascinator. To the wedding. Oh, you have to bring her down. There's so many different colours and stuff. Loads of stuff. And glitzy. Right, congratulations on buying your shoes.
I was like, hey, I've got ideas.
Yeah, you've done good sizing.
I know the brand,
height
I know the
checking
size,
out,
I
width.
know the height, the width. Exactly.
It was all good market research.
I know exactly which one I'm going for.
Ah, that's good. Good. And the lady was lovely, wasn't she?
Oh, she's so helpful.
And she said that's what she's there for, to assist and help you decide if you want to order off the Rainbow site direct.
Exactly.
Because they're nice and squishy under the balls of your feet.
Oh, they're just so comfortable. They really are.
Anyways, moving swiftly
I'm
on.
about this part.
Wow, so am I. I should be more scared than you. Wait a minute, I just took a photo on your phone and now I don't know your code. I wanted to be able to do this without you being driving, but shock horror, we're in a rush because it's 10 to 3 and Em wants to go schooling at 4. So we're gonna have to do it while she's driving. I might come schooling with her, I might not, I haven't decided yet. And when I say schooling, I wouldn't be actually schooling because it's only Banksy only be back in work 2 weeks, so he can do a bit more now.
I think, yeah, and that's
Am I just being precious?
What did I say to you earlier? If we had a sound school at home,
yeah,
you would be back in it
sooner.
Because you would go in, you do 5-10 minutes, and then you go out again. And
Exactly.
Go for like little
and often. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, when he had his physio earlier in the week, Sam did say she generally would recommend a week per month they've been out of work of walking, and he's done well over a week.
Oh yeah.
And he's done the odd bit of trot. We haven't cantered yet, so we're saving that for a school. Woohoo! But I do think, I might come and do walk, trot, and canter in each rein and just see how he feels, and then assess and go from there. But my question for you, Emily, to help me have things to focus and work on this season. Oh, I just got a picture of your nice hairy legs.
From the bath last night.
Not hairy, they're bruised. My question for you, I'm asking you, I'm going to ask Sam, and I'm going to ask Cameron. I'm asking my nearest and dearest ways that I can help improve certain things, but you're going to tell me what those certain things are. So, Tina has notes. I've had to take a photo of it onto Em's phone because I plan to film on my camera and my camera's not working. What do I need to improve on? Overall, we're going to start with, this is in everything, we're going to start with 2 negatives.
Well, I've got to think of 2 negatives.
Yeah. Followed by 3 positives, because we like a positive. Okay, so
right.
to help me going forward and to learn what I want to train on and focus on and get better at,
Yeah.
what would you say are 2 of the things I'm not very good at? Come on, I know you feel like you could actually tell me 10.
No! I feel mean saying it.
Yeah, but I'd rather know. What did my Katie tell me the other day, and I had to ask you what we do when we lack in self-doubt. We need to be able to ask people good things and bad things and take away.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you the other day to tell me 5 attributes that I have.
Yeah, I know.
And we
I went into so much detail. You were like, I only needed words.
only needed the words. Can you remember it? Oh, shock, we digress.
Right, okay, come on.
This is going to be a long vlog. Right, so 2 negatives.
Did you ask Sam earlier?
No, I'm going to have to come. I'm going to have to come schooling and ask her then.
Right. No, I'm not going to say negatives. Improvements, things.
Yeah, that's what it says. It says, what do I need to improve
Yeah,
on?
exactly.
So
But you
2
don't
of
need
the
to say
things as negative. Okay, no.
You don't need
so
to say
2
the
of the
word
things
negative.
that I'm possibly not as good at that you know that I would need to improve on. Now this is overall because we're going to.
Concentration.
Yep, I'm glad we're there. Overall, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Focus, Tina. That's Cameron's favourite word, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but
concentration.
so I thought you said this was in all aspects.
Yeah. No, in all aspects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because how quick, like you've just then digressed on the vlog without going to the point that you want to say.
My arm was aching. Sorry, I wasn't intentionally taking you off camera.
No, I know, but I'm just.
Say concentration. Yeah. We'll put a little timer on. I thought she'd have lots actually, because you know that's a good thing about having a best friend is you can be brutally honest with each other. Who said? Oh, the lady in the shoe shop said that to us. Because what did I say?
You were brutal.
Brutal about her choice of how particular she is with
Yeah.
shoes. So you can't have everything, Em.
It's hard just to pick 2, isn't it?
I know, that's what I mean. I thought you'd have 10. I thought they'd come spooling off.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not. I'm trying to think of the things.
She's
that I
trying
think
to phrase it diplomatically.
No, and also the things that I think would help you
Okay,
the most.
that's fine. We don't need to
I
overcomplicate it.
know. I just can't think of anything. I'm just saying that.
Just concentration.
Can you pause
I feel
it
like she
back?
needs a bit of off-camera time. She knows. It actually didn't take very long at all.
No, it's just. I actually think you improved on it so much in 2022, but staying consistent.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, and you massively.
What, like
improved.
don't make excuses about even coming with you now today?
Yeah.
But like this lighting.
No, but you've been so good in the last year.
I know,
whereas you
I
would
said to
leave it
Cam
3
about
weeks
how
before-
regularly I would get up to him even.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that
Costs
that's
a lot of money, mind.
I'm not saying that's a negative,
Yeah.
but to continue on that.
To remain consistent.
Yes.
That's something Nikki T always says a lot about, isn't it? With regards
Oh.
to like her fitness and motivation and dedication and
Oh,
consistency.
100%. It's discipline to stay consistent, but then consistency improves your motivation.
Okay. And you've got to be disciplined.
You've got to be disciplined to stay consistent.
And to stay
But the
motivated.
consistency gives you motivation to stay consistent.
Boom. Okay, moving
I need to
swiftly
make a
on.
post of that because I love that
Do,
saying.
yeah. Moving swiftly on, 3 positives.
Consistency.
Okay, so that's it's a positive and so it's
It
something
is,
that
yeah.
I have improved on, but also something that I still need to improve on more.
Yeah,
Okay.
and keep working towards.
Good. I like that. Thanks.
Your belief in yourself.
Yeah. That's a positive.
That's a positive.
Oh, thanks.
And I'm
See, I would still say that's a negative, so that's good. It's nice to hear it from other people.
no, because how much more have you believed in yourself this year or the last year? Loads.
Yeah.
And you've taken
Yeah.
steps. You're speaking. Speaking to Katie. Is it Katie? I do know what her name is. What's her name? It is Katie. You've been speaking to Katie because you
I'm
understand.
not even going to edit that out.
Oh, I was right though.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
You've taken the thing
importance.
of of speaking to that. You've also been going to the gym and working out because I am a true believer that
I've said I've kept that relatively
you have
quiet.
kept it quiet, but actually so many people think, yes, as long as my horse is fit, I can go around this. No, we have to be just as fit as our horses to be able to do these things. We are the athletes as well as them.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I remember that from my first event at Bicton last year in cross-country warm-up. I was like, oh, I need to get fitter.
Yeah.
When you've had the whole winter off.
100%.
Yeah.
So yeah,
She's
and that
flying
goes
with these
alongside with
positives.
like your self-care as well. You've realised the importance. The whole of that is you've realised the importance of the self-care.
Oh yeah, and exactly as well, the gym for me isn't just the fitness, although that obviously helps with the riding. It's the mental switch off. You can't use your phone when you're at the gym.
Yeah, and the mental endorphins that you get afterwards.
The sense of reward and achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
I'm
buzz,
crying
the
every
adrenaline
step
buzz.
I take at the moment, but at least I know I work blinking arse.
Yeah. She's got a third one for me. Woo.
Third one.
And I'm going to be in time to go with her.
Third positive, sorry. Come back to me.
Okay, third positive. This light's nice. Not that you can see, but
It's nice just to have a little bit of sunlight.
it is.
After this week.
That's what's made me smile finally this week. First time.
My third one is your supportive and caring nature towards others. Me included.
Oh, that's like my attribute. I think that was one of the things you said on one of the attributes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I just wasn't sure if that was what you were quite wanting, because I feel like that's for others, but is to do with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's.
But that is a positive.
I'll take that. It's still a very big
But also,
positive.
I find by being supportive and stuff, it makes you more inspired and keeps you
Yeah,
doing
definitely.
things.
Like you going, I've always said for years, I hate going to new venues. So coming to Chard last week with you made me feel like, oh yeah, we could go there and do that. I still get a bit like that at a time. Yeah, lay of the land. Okay.
It's more the drive that worries me about these new venues.
Oh, see, that's funny, isn't it? That's where we're all different, because that doesn't faze me at all.
Oh, see, I don't mind when I'm actually there, because I'm like, well, it's going to have a school and I'm going to warm up. You've got some pits in the lane.
I know, we have. We're also home, and you're going to have to be really speedy with these quickfire ones, because...
Oh, crikey.
No, that was overall. There was, yeah. So, one positive and negative for dressage. This can be a little bit more like technical or specific.
And negative.
So one thing that I don't, I do.
Long reins, negative.
Oh, I feel like I need to insert Cameron. No, I can't. Cameron at Bicton. Look, Emily. Look, Emily. Just can't say the rest of that.
And your positive in dressage is actually preparing yourself for your transitions and for...
Got better at that, haven't I?
Yeah.
Actually, looking back at both Frickley and Chillington, I would say both of those tests, although they weren't the best in some aspects, it was accurate.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
As accurate as I could be with giving me taking the reins and stuff like that. Oh,
because you prepare for it.
Yeah, because I know the importance of preparing to...
Why dressage?
Oh no, now we do show jumping and then we do cross country. Come on, you can see my
Show
list
jumping.
now.
Oh, okay.
Well, I am a little bit organised.
Show jumping.
So that I know what I need to work on. I thought she's going to be a bit
I
harsh,
know, but it's really hard though, isn't it? Because you're trying to think of rounds and stuff, and I'm trying to give...
Okay.
I was going to say your positive is keeping a nice rhythm round you.
And then you thought back to Chillington where I went flat out nearly all the way around. But that's better than saying wait all the time, isn't it? Like I used to.
Yeah. You're not hanging on. What I mean by rhythm is, I suppose, you're allowing the natural rhythm and you're not just clinging on to him and going whoa, 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 and then you're chipping in all over the place.
Cool, so that's a positive. What's the negative for show jumping? Not doing it regularly enough. I've answered that myself.
Yeah, not staying consistent.
And not going to new venues.
Yeah, just going cold rain week after week after week.
Not even that, not regularly enough, but yeah. That's good. No, that's good. I'll take that. You're giving me things to reflect on and work on. So cross country?
I also think, just thinking about show jumping,
Yeah, because I answered that for myself.
Yeah, but also, sometimes I don't think you prepare enough in show jumping. Like you do now in your transitions with dressage. Mm-hmm. I don't actually think sometimes that you prepare enough for...
Yeah, then I flap.
Yeah.
I still flap sometimes.
And then you come in and you're like, okay, we need to go. And then that's when you do chip in, because you haven't.
And I think you understand the importance of preparation more when you're on a youngster, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Could have ride the whole blinking thing.
Oh yeah, and then they wobble to the side and it's like, no!
I thought this would be helpful.
Cross country, positive is how brave you are. You might not think you are, but you are. Because once you get out on that course, you go.
Okay.
I know Frickley and stuff, but...
Yeah, Frickley was just silly. I let interference of other people affect me, which was silly.
But you don't normally.
Don't. I've been watching all Swaycliff videos recently just to get the oomph. Yeah, and I remember them being like, "Why are you scared you're going to die?" Like, I don't ever think that.
I know. You were worried about Banks. I was worried for my own life.
Yeah, but no offence, Lola. You are on Lola.
Oh yeah. Because I often think, I always think that you're really brave when it comes to like your cross country riding, and I don't think I am. It's weird, isn't it?
Oh, it is weird. It is weird how we all, and that's why I thought this might be beneficial to get your input, Sam's input, who knows like Banksy as well more, and then Cameron's input too.
Be interested to know what they say.
This is going to be 3 hours long, guys.
Cross country negative. Oh. Getting your phone out on a course and then saying how scary it is, or you don't like the look of that one, and then that interferes in your head.
Yeah. Or asking 10, if it's like a combination on a course, asking everybody else how they're going to ride it.
Yeah.
Are you going to put in 3 or 4? Make your own decisions and and visualise it.
Visualise and also walk all your lines. Walk your lines, know where you're going to ride it, and commit to it.
Like we did with the coffin combination. You're not allowed to call it a coffin anymore, are you? What do you have to call it? Rail, ditch, rail.
Okay. I did not know that.
Did you not?
No.
A bit like you're not allowed to say the word kick. Yeah. It's bonkers, isn't it? But hey,
give him a nudge.
Yeah, give him a nudge. Fab. Thanks for your input. Shall we go and get changed and ride our ponies? Yeah. And then I can get Sam's input. So stay tuned if you find this interesting, guys. It's mainly a vlog that's to help me, but hopefully you'll find it A, educational, and B, entertaining.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go.
People always like to hear about their own, like other people's goals.
Well, and it makes you think as well, doesn't it? It makes you think.
Inspires you to think about it. Yeah.
Get a little bit more in depth and a little bit more not self-critical.
We'll do this back the other way, but you can have more thinking about me.
Yeah, because I know what's coming. Right, let's get these ponies ready.
Yay! It's always nice just to get them on a surface and do that, though, isn't it?
Another glass and I am going places makes me laugh about the irony of everything.
There's no horse in there, it's just Sam underneath.
So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me.
Whoa.
Where you wanna go? I am all about adventure times. Another drink and I'll go anywhere. The way you smile.
Do that again, please.
Like a flash in the universe.
Beautifully demonstrated.
You are illuminating. I don't really care about the people in the bar line. I don't really mind all the woo girls doing stage dives. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, I don't see the logic of things. It's
Can I be a
quite
pain in
a
the
lonely
business to you,
world
just so?
that we're living in. Oh, baby, you are
Oh no.
something special, I'm sure. Everything makes
Oh, that wobble was me looking at my watch and forgot I was being videographer.
next to me.
I was like, oh. We're talking over it.
Right, Sam, take it away. What I'm asking you, what do me and Banksy need to improve on in our training for badminton? First off, what are my 2 main negatives? Overall, this isn't specific, this is overall.
Well, just in general?
Yeah.
Your mindset.
Oh. Yep.
Dressage.
Okay. And what are 3 positives overall?
The pair of yours enthusiasm.
Ah.
Like,
I think his enthusiasm's slightly higher than mine.
no, your start box like enthusiasm.
Ah.
Yeah, that's 3.
That's 1.
That's 1. So, and the love that you have for each other.
That's 2. Ah. And that, yeah, goes both ways.
Well, and I think your general relationship and how you know each other inside out and back to front.
Aww. Yeah. Oh, I love you.
Just in general, I think that the happy that everyone gets when they finish the crossing, like come across the finish line, just makes my heart melt.
Oh, mine
Those-
too.
the
Mine
end
too.
of- the
They're
end
the,
of
they're the
round
best
pats.
smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. But going forward, actually more specifically then, training-wise.
Or your canter work.
Okay.
Your
Wait.
fitness work.
Yeah, you've very kindly done the book for me, which gives me my canter work.
Yeah.
And all Banksy's treatments are plotted and planned.
Yes, they are.
They
I'm
are.
just showing.
And I'm very grateful. And my farriery, is that even a word? Now, on to dressage.
Yeah.
1 negative and 1 positive. But more specific in what I need to do to train on, maybe. What do you think needs the most work in my dressage?
Your flexibility.
Ooh. Mine or Banksy's? Or both?
Both, but yours, you get nervous and then you resist and you don't think you're doing it.
Okay.
And then, like we were saying,
That's where self-doubt comes in again.
And like we were saying in the school earlier, you have to have that flexibility through your lower back and your hips and pelvis to.
That's just suddenly gone really loud, isn't it?
You have to have that flexibility to absorb his kinetic energy, like he has to have that as well. So when you're doing your sitting, that you can you almost gel together.
Okay. A positive that I have for dressage? You're like, oh heck.
No, your willingness to always learn and improve.
Oh. Yay!
Yeah.
Thanks. And get the best out of my boy. Show jumping? 1 neg, 1 pos. This is just giving me things that I need to work on, and also instilling possibly a little bit more confidence into my self-belief. But also I want the critical side too, to
You
know.
revert back. So you in show jumping, you revert back to your old ways, which is I'll just let him chip instead of riding the stride that
Committed.
you've got.
Yeah.
So, and then I think sometimes you go, oh, he's going to do it, so it's fine. Whereas actually you need to jump the fence, ride the fence, and land the fence.
Yeah.
Whereas you just go,
Did it? Go over it.
yeah.
Yeah, you do know me well. Now, counter, flap, go again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flapping, which comes back to the tensing.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay, fine.
A positive in my shoe jumping.
How much you've improved? When would you ever have said that Tina would jump 110?
Oh, that's very true. Yeah.
You've jumped rounds of it now.
Ish.
You have?
Yeah. Okay. Cross country.
Oh, just his love.
Yeah, we're not doing any negatives for that.
He makes you love it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Your smile.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to get out and feel that buzz again, to be honest with you. I feel I'm talking more than you, though.
No, no.
Any negs?
So, doubt.
Yeah.
You worry at a fence. Like we were saying about how I had hypnotherapy and then I'd worry that I didn't have a fence to worry about.
That's what I need.
Yeah, but you go so Bicton, prime example, when you did the arena eventing.
Yeah.
This is really wide, didn't ride it. Had to stop. So it's your fixating on something to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be your negative. Whereas if you go out going, this is also doable.
Yeah.
You can nail this.
I love this course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be so fun.
Okay. No. Thank you. That's really helpful. Yay! Making me more excited to get back training. Yeah. I'm going to be committed and coming here every single week.
All right.
Once a week. Put it in my new diary that you gave me. What days should we do?
It depends on your counter days. You have to work
TBC, to be confirmed.
You have to work around your counter days.
Okay. Thank you. I must remember to save this at the end. Hi, Cam. Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure. On a bit of a frosty day, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? Well, more so in Cornwall than Exeter by the sounds of it.
You sent me that picture of all the snow you've got. We've got none of that. Well, actually, I'm very pleased we've got no snow at the moment. But
You've got lots of
yeah, it
people
looks
to
very
teach.
beautiful.
You'd have people cancelling lessons left, right, and centre if they had the weather that we've got.
I know.
Put it this way, I'm glad that I wasn't booked in to come up to you today. I wouldn't be coming. But I am missing my lesson.
Everyone just wants to get going now, don't they? You know, and then all this funny weather we're having is just putting a bit of a dampener on it all.
It's either gale force winds, torrential rain, or snow.
Yeah.
Roll on summer. Roll on hard ground and horse flies. We could talk for England. I'm not going to go into the whole did you have a good Christmas, etc., because I already know we speak a lot. Me and Emma have been contemplating doing a podcast though, so obviously if we do, we'd love you to be one of our first guests.
And we can chat for hours.
So comment below, guys, if that's something you'd like. I've nabbed you for 10 minutes. I know you're a busy bee. Because
no, all's good.
I'm getting organised.
Smart. I am very impressed.
Now we're going to do.
What have you already been putting in that?
I haven't actually written anything in it yet. Shock horror. But Sam, Banksy's sports therapist, has very kindly filled in when I need to do my cantering in the lead up to badminton.
Exciting.
Far more organised than me, yeah. For his fitness, to make sure his fitness is on point. Yeah, I can't say I filled it in that well myself. And all his therapy dates. Canter work 3 times 2.5 minutes, things like that. She's popped in there for me. So very, very helpful. But each week it tells me steps taken towards goals, etc. And we all know that I'm a bit of a rubbish goal setter.
Yeah. You're not a rubbish goal setter at all. You like to set yourself goals, but then I think you have this fear of failure, which is why you then go, oh, but it doesn't really matter if it doesn't happen.
Yeah, literally. As long as I get to pat my pony and come home safe and healthy, we're happy. Yeah, that is me through and through. So we're going to do a proper goal setting session once you're back from skiing, aren't we? Because with your training and coaching, you said, do you want me to get all my paperwork out? I was like, no, we can't go that in depth in this video, but we need to see each other face to face, I think, for that.
Yeah, I think it's actually when you start looking into it, when you start going into short-term, medium and long-term goals, and when you want to be able to achieve each one and working back, it actually gets quite fun. And then goal setting doesn't seem like such a chore. You know, actually there's a bit of a structure to it, and actually it makes everything seem more achievable. So I think when you follow a little bit more of a structured way of goal setting, it can be quite fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that when I get back.
We're definitely going to get a date into my new planner for doing that once you're back from skiing, and hopefully before I go skiing again. But I have asked, and so that I can sort of prepare myself a little bit in the meantime, the things that my nearest and dearest in my horsey world think that I need to improve on. So some positives and negatives.
Ooh.
So I've already asked Emily, I've already asked Sam, and now I wanted to ask you. So thank you for agreeing, because you didn't really know what I was going to ask you. So thanks for agreeing. No, you go on.
I was going to say I don't want to know what they said, because I'd love to know afterwards. Things you can improve on for this season, is that what you said? Or
well, so I was going to ask, and this is what I asked the girls overall, so things that I need to improve on, as in give me 2. So first off, we're going with 2 negatives that I don't do very well overall. This isn't specific. And then 3 positives, if you can find them, of things I do well, but this is overall. And then we'll go on to 1 of each for each of the phases, but more specific.
Yeah. So 2 things that we can improve on in general. One, I mean, one that follows you knows exactly what I'm probably going to say here, is your attention sometimes. Your focus. Focus. So that one has to go in there. I think, especially in the lead up to something as challenging for you both as badminton, which hopefully will be challenging. We want it to be challenging. I think it is in that session. really putting in your focus. And maybe if that means you have to have someone else doing a lot more of the videoing, if you want to vlog it, so that you don't have to feel that, you know, it's being prepared enough to allow yourself to focus whilst vlogging. I think would be something that you need to keep improving on there.
I agree.
And yeah, good. The general point, I think as well, is to sorry, I'm it's coming. I can feel it coming.
You're a bit like Em. I thought Em was going to come out with 10 because she's like, oh, which one shall I say? I'm like, thanks, Em.
No,
brutal bestie.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think as a general point, as we keep becoming better, I'm going to get a bit theoretical here, better horse people, it's understanding horses better, but not necessarily having to anthropomorphize them. So
say that word again.
In this anthropomorphize. So it's a bit of a geeky word, but it definitely not. But in the way that I think, because like me, you're a very emotional person, and it's easy to always project our own emotions on our horses and think that they are feeling that type of way. And then that almost makes you even more of an emotional person, whereas sometimes you have to be stronger for him. So I think if you understanding horses, as we all need to, better, and understanding how they think and how they have emotions that aren't necessarily the same as ours, if that makes sense. So I think I know where I'm going with this. I'll explain it more when I've got my head around it. But I think you sometimes think that change my point now. I'm going to change my point.
You're going to digress too much. Yeah, no, I get that. And like we say, it was a bit just overall, and I get that. So my focus and controlling my emotions, really. I can't say the other word you said.
Controlling your emotions, because otherwise I think you try to almost project onto everything, if that makes sense. Whereas in those situations, you need to be the strong one for both of you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's where I'm going with that. I went a bit off topic for a session. It's a Tuesday morning, Tina, and I was not ready for this.
Go on then, simplify it. Give me 3 nice smiley positives that I do well, Cam.
Lots of things well. You always put your pony first, which is a brilliant thing you do. And please keep doing that. What's the next thing you do brilliantly as a general point? You very, if you don't understand something.
Sorry, you broke up a little bit then.
Sorry, I said you're very honest if you don't understand something. Which, well, no, I love that, because as I always say, whenever I'm coaching, it's for you, it's not for me. So there's no point you just going along with something if you're like, what that on earth is he on about here?
That just completely makes me think of riding socks, how many questions I am asking. I don't know, but I adore that about you. Yeah.
I love it. It's that thirst for knowledge and that honesty about, okay, I'm not quite getting that. Could you change the way you're saying that, or could you explain it in another way?
Yes,
so please.
Stop with your analogies and give it to me in English. Everybody always asks about the baby birds. We need to do a whole session on Cam's analogies so that people actually understand what you're meaning. So unless they've been there for the whole lesson.
Yeah, there you go. Back to basics, back to the beginning. But that still is very much at the forefront of a lot of my teaching, baby birds. But yeah, I think I just adore your honesty within sessions, which I really think helps everyone watching at home as well. Because if you're not understanding what I'm saying, or they're probably not understanding what I'm saying, so. It helps everyone. And actually by doing that, it makes me go, yeah, that's how I've always understood it. Why is perhaps Tina not understanding it in a certain way? And can I rephrase it in a different way? So keep up with that. And then my third point that you are brilliant with is your energy. I feel that whether it's, this is where, if we look at some of our, I said be less emotional, but then actually I could flip that and say one of the best riders out there is Gemma, the lovely Gemma. Yeah. And she's a very emotional person, but she's learned to use her emotions to help her rather than have to try and dampen her emotions. So within the good point of yours being energy, when you've got good emotions, I think you use that to fuel yourself. So it's about perhaps actually, rather than saying don't be emotional, how do you function yourself or get yourself to be in the right emotional state to use those emotions to fuel you?
Yeah, that's very true. You just, as soon as you said Gemma, then it made me think of the 5-star at Bicton.
Yeah.
Remember that interview you got with her at the end then? That was incredible. She was so emotional, but rightly so in that scenario.
But she is generally an emotional person when she rides, and I think she's very honest about that, you know, as opposed to some riders who are like, no, I need to have no emotions in order to focus. She is a very emotional person. So I could keep rambling, but my point is that whereas a criticism of yours is you can be too emotional, positive of yours is you have great energy and positive feelings about that. So how can you use both of them to make it just a positive?
Yeah, and I think an example of that was my last cross-country session with you at Pontypool. I was buzzing for some reason that day, and then that session just went incredibly well, didn't it? And Banksy was buzzing too.
Spot on. And that's my point, is some people are always like this.
Yeah.
Whereas because you're like this, try and get you like this, then you'll be better than that's always
consistently being, yeah.
How do you get yourself into that state? What factors affect your emotional state? And how can you try and harness or use some of them in a slightly selfish way before you compete to get yourself up there?
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. I'm glad I decided to do this, because I was like, oh, I said to you tonight, it might be a bit of a rubbish idea for a vlog, but actually it's helping me. So who cares? Hopefully some people have stayed around and are enjoying it. On to more specifics. One thing that I am not very good at during my dressage that I need to improve, and that can be more specific to badminton should you wish, or just to my event season in general.
I think getting a very concrete warm-up plan is something that we've touched on, but I don't think you've ever really
well, I think what helped me massively
in your own mind
Bicton was you telling me to have a rubbish 5 minutes. And I've never thought, I always play it safe and just want to play it safe in a warm-up, and you said no, have a rubbish.
Yeah. Well, you know, you don't win anything in the warm-up area. You know, you win it in the ring. So there's no point trying to make everything lovely in the warm-up with everyone around you. You know, if you need to say, no, come on, I'm going to keep my leg on, mister. And he said,
even if you do break into canter,
even if you do break into canter, exactly that. And then you take, so in my mind, that's spot on. But I think it's even more concreting a good warm-up plan for your dressage. And that could probably go to every phase. I'm not going to say it for every phase, but definitely that could go to every phase as well, as you knowing exactly how do you get you and him to peak performance. So then going back a step, it's how do you get yourself out to practice your warm-up more?
Yeah. Okay. No, that's helpful. Thank you. One thing that I already do well at dressage.
You already do well at dressage. I think you're very aware of the arena. And I think you, whenever we've done sessions at home, your arena craft is already quite good. Arena craft would be,
like accuracy.
Accuracy, that type of stuff. Yeah, totally. I think everyone always thinks that's something they need to improve on more, but I think your accuracy in general has always been quite on it.
Apart from the size of my 15-meter circles.
Apart from the size of your 15-meter circles. But one thing, I was more on about was you use your corners well, you do things at the letters, things like that. You're at least all very aware of. So I would say that's already a very good point of yours.
Which I guess as well in turn helps me prepare for my transitions and stuff, doesn't it? Which means
Spot
I do that.
On.
Yeah. Cool.
Spot on.
That's good to know. Show
jumping.
I've done so much winter BS.
So something you could improve on. Say, thinking back, when we think about jumping, the three things you need are the right gear, the right line, the right body position. Body position has come on loads. Gear is coming on loads. So for me, the one I would pick up on most is probably line. I think a lot of the time in your combinations, when it goes wrong, is often when you've slightly cut the corner before, which means you're slightly drifting through the shoulder. And now what was on 8 yards built that way is now 8.5 yards because you're jumping across the fence.
Yards.
So, as in,
how old are you?
You walk up. Yeah, this is still done on yards, Tina.
bad. No, that makes sense. And
and
that was completely shown in my final ride line at Bicton, where I so nearly messed it up.
yeah, and I think that's a big point. That really, you know, as I said, you're getting the gear, your body position's better. It's now line. So I think it's being disciplined with your line in the show jumping.
Yeah. Okay.
And then something you're already brilliant at in the show jumping is, I'm going to say this because of the year just gone, something you've developed and you've now got brilliant at is if it's not going your way halfway around a course, get it to go your way. You know, you've had a couple of rounds where you've had a slightly sticky moment, and actually you've quickly got everything together again and got to the next fence, recomposed, and then finished the round well. So I think that's been a really good thing of yours, is you've been able to shut that out quickly and make the next jump better, rather than series of unfortunate events, having a bad one, next one even worse, next one even worse.
Yeah.
And then you don't get round.
And that's definitely something that I wouldn't have been able to do in 2021. 19.
So I think you've been much better to react in that moment.
Oh, and that's because you shouted that at me nearly as many times as you shouted focus at me. My reaction.
So we've got one thing right for 1 year. Maybe we'll get you focusing this year.
Yeah, I'm game for that.
Good.
On to cross country, Cam. A negative, something that needs to be improved on as opposed to a negative. There we go. That sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think probably the same one everyone else is going to have said is to not let, good to know how the course is riding, but to not let how the course is riding for other people affect your mindset of a certain fence. You know, that was very typical of, was it Chillington or no?
Brickley, yeah.
Yeah. You know, everyone been having a problem at a certain fence, and you let it affect your mindset going into it. So I think for you with the cross country, something you need to improve on is, yeah, it's good to know that perhaps that fence is causing more of a problem than you thought, or people are running out right at it. I'm not saying that fence in general, I'm just saying it in general. Yeah. But you have a plan because you know your horse, you've trained your horse, you know how you ride. You walk the course for a certain way, you ride it like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you were going out first, you wouldn't be affected by how everyone else was doing. Right. So I think that's something you need to improve on. Then you're something you're really good at cross country is patting your pony, which you are very good at. Probably something else you can find better than that. I think you're very good. It's actually,
I've lost you, Cam.
So
I'm gonna have to pause a sec. I'm just gonna shut the door because the landline's ringing too. Typical reality, guys. Reality. But you broke up quite a bit then. I heard the pat the pony.
Okay.
I pat my pony well.
Yeah. And then what I was gonna say was almost contrast to the last point, but when you're not letting something worry, you are a very positive cross country rider, I feel. You know, and actually, isn't it funny how a lot of the negatives and positive I'd say are also almost the same thing, and they're both because you do work at both ends of the spectrum. You're either really worried or you're really positive. Yeah. You know, and I would say actually cross country wise, you bar those things those fence you're worrying about, all the others, you are an immensely positive rider with him. And you have total belief in him, bar the one jump on the course that you decided you don't like. So
completely agree. Oh goodness.
You have a good position as well. I'm really happy with your position.
Yeah, down through that downhill combination at Bicton. You were actually filming there as well, weren't you?
Yeah, no, I thought it was very good. You come on loads with that. And I think without getting too boring, because you probably want to end this, but you know, when we talk about things to do with competition, we talk about the difference between tactical or technical skills needed, and just talking about stuff you already know, but just to try and segregate all the points that everyone said to you, if you could put it into two different things. Tactical being literally competition based, as in that would be how you ride your arena, how you ride your show jumping course on the day, how you warm yourself up best. Technical skills being your body position that we work on in training, your how to ride a leg yield, how to ride a better trot walk trot. Your tactical skill would be how to be more accurate with your trot walk trot. So it's more tactics at an event as opposed to technical skills in training. So when people have said negative or positive things for you to perhaps improve on, or you already doing well at, can
Mhm.
you break it down to tactical or technical? So which area do you need most help with?
Okay. Yep, that makes sense. There's definitely a lot for me to look at and reflect on and to improve from. I'm glad I decided to do this. It's definitely going to be beneficial.
I mean, it was interesting for
yeah.
me, even just going through there, thinking actually, as I said, a lot of the points were the same point in positive and negative about how when your emotions are really good, you are use them to your advantage. You're a very positive rider. You're a very positive person. When you've let something affect you, that's then your negative.
Complete meltdown, everything goes out the window.
So, yeah, but as I say, some people are just always here.
Yeah.
And actually, I would be more here, but then how do you get yourself to here for a competition?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, very true. Very, very true. A lot for me to think about and reflect on and to start filling in my book. Thank you very much, Lee.
My pleasure.
I'm not cutting it short. It's
ramble.
just the fact that Zoom is telling me we've only got 2 minutes remaining. So I'm like, I need to be able to make sure this saves. Very much appreciate you joining us and giving me all of that useful information and insight.
My pleasure. I hope you edit some of it for your lovely followers, because that was a bit of a ramble.
No, I think it'll all be left in, to be honest, as long as I've got enough on my hard drive of my laptop to save it too. I probably will end it whilst we're here as well, Cam, because as we say, it's going to be pretty long. So hopefully one of my next vlogs will be us having a lesson in person again.
Yeah, perfect. I can't wait.
Thank you very much. And I'll be bringing this book up to do proper goal setting with you as well, if that's okay.
I can't wait. That sounds really good. Really good.
Thank you very much. And
My
like,
pleasure.
comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Come on, you know what to do, guys. Live, laugh,
You do
love.
indeed. And we will see you all very, very soon. Thank you, Cam. Have a good day teaching.
Lots of love, Tina.
Keep warm.
Bye. Yeah, no,